the smallest and simplest ways, My Brother's Keeper is a beautiful ministry that was started by God over 20 years ago through Jim and Terry Orcutt in the cellar of their home. Jim and Terry Orcutt's life of ministry began in 1988 as a result of two experiences which changed them forever.
Their life of ministry first began with the Cursillo retreat. That really planted the seed and rekindled their faith. Months later, they sat down to watch the Sunday night movie, and it turned out to be a story of a young mother's struggle with homelessness. The movie was called God Bless the Child. They were blown away by the story.
I can't do anything right. I can't keep a job.
It's okay. Don't cry.
I want you out of here by Friday.
What? You're not gonna leave me, are you?
I never leave you.
Mommy!
It's no way for a child to live. Others can give her better.
Can they love her as much as you?
No.
In the end, after many hours of conversation, Jim and Terry held hands before a crucifix, and they said a prayer together.
God, we want to spend the rest of our lives bringing your love and hope to people, but we don't know what to do. So if you'll guide us and you'll show us the way, there'll never be another day for the rest of our lives where this will not become the first thing in our life.
It's really an amazing example of God's grace at work, that they offered themselves to Christ to help others. That's what they wanted to do, to serve others and to help others.
And so, My Brother's Keeper was born. Since then, Jim and Terry Orcutt have devoted their lives to bringing the love and hope of Jesus Christ to the people they serve in the name of God.
What makes Jim and Terry so special is their tremendous devotion to God and their faith, and that makes them who they are.
One thing about Jim and Terry, you never have to fill out a form as to why you need help. You're never judged, you're never evaluated. You're just accepted that you need help.
The mission of My Brother's Keeper is to help those most in need. So when My Brother's Keeper hears of these people and brings them whatever they need, it's a very, very emotional situation. And Jim Orcutt or his crew will say, "Don't thank us, we're only the delivery men." And they hand them a crucifix.
From a dilapidated old beat-up station wagon, started delivering furniture to people in need, storing that furniture in garages and basements and old barns. And now you go down and look at My Brother's Keeper at this 15,000 square foot warehouse, serving thousands and thousands of families every year in the Brockton area. And what you realize from that, what I've realized from that, is that the grace of God can take the smallest activity and turn it into the most magnificent service to God's people that you can imagine.
Today, more than 2,000 volunteers annually come to the ministry's headquarters in Easton to help make 7,000 deliveries a year to local families in need. In total, My Brother's Keeper has made more than 92,000 deliveries free of charge all over southeastern Massachusetts.
When college students come for their urban plunge, in which they have this real opportunity for service, Jim and Terry always incorporate spirituality into that experience, and then they put that spirituality into practice in terms of service.
I've seen an unbelievable impact that it's made on my life. I'll often joke with Jim and Terry that this place has just flipped me upside down and shaken me up, because I can't go anywhere anymore without thinking about the people that we serve or what they're going through. What better way to see my faith in action than to really go out there and prove that God is there and is answering people's prayers.
In 1999, Jim and Terry's life of Christian service came full circle. The Orcutts joined a 4-person administrative team which runs the Holy Cross Retreat House. Together with Father Joe Callahan and Deacon Dan Sullivan, the Orcutts host 30 retreats for more than 1,000 people each year.
I've had the pleasure and the privilege of serving with Jim on one of the Cursillo retreats recently, and it was a fabulous experience. He has a beautiful way of bringing other people to Christ. And he was the leader of this particular retreat, and in the background, as always, was Terry running the kitchen, making sure that in the background everything went smoothly, and being this constant beacon of compassion.
The story of My Brother's Keeper is nothing short of a modern-day miracle, the parable of the mustard seed come to life. Through God's grace, what started as the smallest of efforts of two people has developed into a large, beautiful Christian community which brings others closer to Christ.
Now, the mark of a true Christian leader is the 100% willingness to do whatever God asks to serve Him. And in my mind, Jim and Terry are the epitome of true Christian leaders. They're always willing to say yes to Him, no matter whether they're tired, whether they're busy. They say yes joyfully and with a smile.